All right, here we are. Episode 4, Dodger Blue Balls, baby. We're back midweek, October 22nd, 2025. We're here. What's up, boys? Got Plum and Wake with me.
What up?
What up?
And we're here to
We're like
talk.
3 days away from World Series baseball. You fucking kidding me?
We're less
Man.
than 48
I
hours.
think
Less
less
than
than 48
48
hours.
hours.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can't really talk about it, but two of us might be in Vegas for a game or two. So,
That's
hey,
what I hear.
Whee!
hey,
That's what I hear.
uh
Whee!
Well, let's talk about this preview. Obviously, now we know it's the Blue Jays. They went through a difficult game seven, came back. Springer hit that big time three-run jack to get them in the eighth. That was pretty nuts. The
October baseball is unbelievable, dude.
Rogers
October
Center was
baseball
rocking, was
was
rocking.
going absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So,
It
um,
reminded me of the Joey Bats home run however many years ago.
oh
Man,
yeah, Bautista. Before
Yeah.
everyone hated him.
It wasn't that
George
cool of a
Springer will
bat
never be
flip,
as
though.
cool as
No, no,
he'll never be that cool.
no.
I mean,
Although Joey Bats got knocked the fuck out.
It's a great punch.
by a 5'5" second baseman.
He got knocked into next Tuesday.
All right. Well, first pitch Friday night, what, 5:15 p.m. West Coast time. Any thoughts, early thoughts on the series?
Yeah.
It's too damn long in between Friday to
That's
Friday, dude.
that's for sure. That's for sure true. It's it's hard. I mean, I can figure out a way to hate just about anything or anyone, but it's hard to drum up too much hate for the Blue Jays. We've got a lot of fun guys. I love watching Vladdy swing the bat. I mean, we can the George Springer specifically. We can talk about, but
He brings
they've got
enough
a
hate himself to naturally hate everyone on that
yeah,
roster.
they've got some really sweet mustaches. I mean, look, I don't hate him outside of George Springer, but I don't know. I like to beat my friends too. So at whatever I'm competing in. So I'm happy to go out and kick anybody's ass, Blue Jays or anyone else.
I kind of disagree. I think that there's enough on there to muster up a little bit of hate. Can't say I have a lot of good things to say about Gaussman. Definitely can't say anything nice about George Springer. Max Scherzer, can't say that I hate him, but can't say that I love him either. I do love me some Vladdy. That guy's fun to watch. Um, but I got enough hate in my heart for the Blue Jays as well.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, they're not the Dodgers, so that's enough to not like them.
I naturally hate everybody
Yeah,
else. So
right, right. Yeah, I think that's fair.
With a few specific
um,
teams that get more hate, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And we've beaten all the rest of them. Now we've got one left. Um, I mean, I'm curious. So Bo Bichette's coming back, right?
He might, yeah,
And he hasn't played the entire postseason.
nope,
And he has nowhere else to play live games like he would normally on a rehab assignment because there's no minor league baseball currently, right?
right. Yeah, what do you do? Do you throw him in
That's
there?
interesting. I mean, I don't know. Do you sim
and he
games, live at bats, but that's not game situations.
I mean, I think if you don't start him, how do you say, hey, go pinch hit for someone in the eighth inning after having zero at bats?
Yeah.
Like, what is that going to look like? That's a recipe for killing the guy's confidence.
Well, what's
I
interesting is Ernie.
think
Go ahead. Go ahead, Wade.
go ahead, Plum.
No, I was just saying what's interesting is I think Ernie Clement's been playing shortstop primarily for him, right? And he's one of their better hitters, one of their better players all season, but specifically in the postseason. So it's interesting that they're going to mess with what got him there by bringing Bo back. And not to say, I mean, Bo's a great ball player. Like there's no way around that, but it's just I don't know. I mean, I like to dance with the one that brought me, right? This is the team that got you to the World Series. It's interesting to kind of throw a wrench into it. 3, 4 weeks after the guy last. I don't even know when the last saw the field. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Um, so it's an interesting dynamic.
I think that it's one of those things though where he does have some serious pop. So for that late inning at bat, when you need some thunder, like to be able to bring him in and get that pinch hit, even if you plan on immediately pinch running for him, like he's probably worth the roster spot if you're the Blue Jays. But I don't know if you guys saw the video, but he cannot run. I saw a clip the other day of him trying to stretch, and simulate running to second base off of a base hit, and he came up lame. Like he cannot run. So hopefully there's no October gimpy leg magic in the Bo Bichette bat, but
Easy.
I,
That's our lane.
I can see the need for them to keep him on the roster for those late inning at bats.
Yeah, there's certain things you don't talk about. That might be one of them. There was some talk that rumors that he might play second base, because I think they have INF is what they call him or whatever, and he's not a good hitter essentially. He's batting three or 230 or whatever it is, but for the season, but because he can't move. So I mean, could be a little monkey wrench into things, but um, is there any specific things that you're looking at in the series?
The
Blue
the
Jays
Blue
starting
Jays had the
pitching.
lowest strikeout rate from hitting wise of any team in Major League Baseball. So as much as we talked about the Brewers putting the ball in play, the Blue Jays did it better than anybody. Obviously the Dodgers pitching has strikeout stuff, especially starters. So that'll be an interesting dynamic to see. That's one of the ways Dodgers have pitched so well is there just not a lot of balls in play, tons of strikeouts. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. The flip side of that is they put the ball in play a ton. They don't run hardly at all. They were I believe, second to last in stolen bases in all of Major League Baseball. They've stolen one base total in the postseason. So get runners on. Don't try to move them up. It's not a ton of pop in that lineup outside of Vladdy. I mean, George Springer, I think, hit 32 bombs this year. Bo's got, some lightning in that bat, but he's not a true power hitter. So it'll be interesting to see um, if they're going to just be able to advance base runners the way the Brewers weren't. Um, the pitching's a complete, Wake, you just mentioned the pitching. Seems like we have a real advantage there. So it'll be interesting to see can the Blue Jays find starters beyond Gaussman that can handle the Dodgers? I mean, I know Trey Savage has been really solid except for one outing in the postseason, but he's young. This is a much bigger stage, and we'll see if he's throwing in Toronto or in LA. I'd imagine they'd want him to throw in Toronto, given that it'd be in front of a more friendly crowd. But it'd be interesting to see him try to survive in LA.
Yeah, I think specifically what I'm looking at as far as looking at the Blue Jays in this World Series is their starting pitching. If I'm not mistaken, they don't have a left-handed starter, so they're bringing out all right-handed starters. Um, and that bodes well for the likes of Otani and Freddie and a lot of bats. Tommy Edman, I think, does better against right-handed pitching than he does against left-handed
Max,
pitching.
for
But
sure.
I mean, it opens up. So, Gaussman's nasty. That splitter is nasty. Shane Bieber is still Shane Bieber. Um, Scherzer, is he going to be able to put together some innings? I guess we'll see. The getting after the starting pitching, I think is a critical piece to the Dodgers this postseason or this World Series, I should say. They need to get after these right-handers quick.
Yeah, jump on them
Set the
early.
tone.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if they would go with Eric Lauer, who is a lefty and is a starter, just to give the Dodgers a different look at some point. I don't know who that would be instead of. It'd probably be Scherzer, which doesn't seem likely. Um, but they do have a lefty they could throw, a lefty starter they could throw out there if they really wanted to.
Yeah, they have Lauer, and then not just for starting, but they were bringing him out of the bullpen the last two series, I believe.
Yeah,
And they also have a guy, I'm going to mispronounce his name, but it's like Flaherty, Flaharty. There you go. That's it. He's a lefty bullpen guy. That's the only two lefties really they have. So that's big advantage Shohei, big advantage Muncy, and Freddie. So if they're going just straight up righties, because Muncy he didn't play in the Phillies series. It was all lefties, really.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
mean, he
Yeah.
played sparingly. So um, I did have an interesting stat from our famous stat guy. Blue
Dub?
Jays, yeah, no. Well, I knew you guys would get that reference. But Blue Jays have the fourth highest slugging percentage in the playoffs since 1969. However, the
Nice.
Dodgers have the second lowest slugging percentage allowed since 1969.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
it's gonna be
Don't know how to read. Don't know how to wish those lined up a little better. I'd have
you
a
guys
thought.
reference it. It's gonna be about Dodgers pitching versus Jays hitting. I mean, you know, Jays played the Yankees and the Mariners, and Mariners have better pitching than the Yankees, clearly, but they put a whooping on the Yankees. I mean, they were scoring 10 runs and like with ease.
I was shocked. Maybe shock's not the right word. Surprised that they battered the Mariners pitching the way that they did. Um, that Mariners, I mean, I talked about it when we were talking about who we might face. I mean, I think those four starters are as good as any four starters that aren't the Dodgers in Major League Baseball, and for them to beat them up pretty good. I mean, the Jays' offense is legit. It's gonna be a real
I,
challenge. It's gonna be more of a challenge than the Brewers or the Phillies were.
I still think it,
Uh,
it comes down to what you mentioned at the beginning too, and it's putting the ball in play. You
yeah,
put the ball in play and things happen. Like that's the Dodgers have an incredible, obviously offensive team, but they have a very, very good defensive team, and it's going to need to stand up in this series because the Blue Jays do put the ball in play. You start having some stressful pitches, stressful innings, and shit can get weird quick. So, um, definitely not taking the Blue Jays lightly, that's for sure. Like they pose a real there's problems there. Obviously, there's things that line up that we all consider in favor of the Dodgers, and we're all hopeful that the Dodgers are going to do well. And honestly, I think we all think that they're going to kick the shit out of them. But if things get weird, things can get weird quick.
No, and how they get weird is Jays put up a couple runs early against, pick your poison, right? Snell or Yamamoto and expose the bullpen. And that would be worst case scenario for the Dodgers. I mean, having to throw some of those guys in there. So yeah, I mean, I think that's their way to victory lane, but we'll see. Um, any any real concerns? Well, I'll say bullpen concerns. They haven't announced it, but I'm wondering if Tanner Scott's going to be on it. He should be okay.
I
I think he's eligible for it.
He
He
is.
is. I thought I saw he wasn't on. I thought they put out their roster yesterday. Did they not? Did I misread that? Well, whatever. Um,
I think it has to be
I
done by tomorrow.
I think it has to be. I thought I saw something where Kasparius was on the roster. I didn't see Tanner Scott on there. What do you have removed? A cyst from his ass?
His back.
Yeah, that's what they're. Yeah, yeah, yeah. His lower back, very lower back. Uh,
His back crack.
Yeah.
uh, I again, I mean, I get wanting to have extra arms. I'd be curious to see who it was in place of. And the thing that worries, I mean, I really like Tanner Scott. I think he'll have a bounce back year next year and be fantastic. He wasn't very good this year, and my fear is that putting him on the roster is going to give Doc's going to think proven closer. This was our closer all year. This is the guy I'm going to go to, and I just not that he's going to go to him in lieu of Sasaki in that role, but just kind of the same way he's wanted to keep running Trinan out there. I'm worried that he's going to run Tanner Scott out there instead of an Anthony Bondo or a Alex Vesia because he's available and he's a lefty. And I don't know. I mean, Bonda and Vesia have been lights out for us in the postseason. Two of the few relievers we've been able to rely on, and so that's what makes me a little concerned if he's on the roster.
Wake, anything?
All right. I guess I
I
nailed it.
You
Wait,
nailed it.
speechless.
You left me speechless.
He's
I
never been speechless before.
I think that you ride the horse that got you there.
Yeah.
And if he is on the roster, you need to throw him, kind of like the Trinan situation. But I really hope that they leave him off the roster. I don't want that added stress. He just didn't have it all year.
He
He
didn't.
So
did.
He was
And I
tipping
still
his
think he's still got
pitches.
great stuff. He just couldn't get outs the way he has in the past, right? Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if they fix that or if they can fix it that
I don't
quickly, but
I don't know,
never
but
know.
I
Maybe
I
that little extra weight on the left butt cheek dude was throwing off
hey,
his eye to the lizard. So we'll see.
yeah, his chi. He wasn't breathing through his eyelids because it was all clogged up.
Exactly. Naturally.
I think it's pretty clear.
well
Made
maybe
both
he
busts a
needs
long
to
time ago.
wear the uniform, the Bull Durham uniform, and then
He's
maybe
got
he'll
to
find it.
put the rose. The rose goes in the front. The rose
Exactly.
goes in the front.
I
Got a
honestly
lot of
though,
shit going on here. We need a chicken.
honestly though, I would rather watch
Candlesticks
him.
make a nice wedding present.
He needs to get thrown out there more than Trinan. I'm sorry if he's on it. I'd rather see him the first up than Trinan, but
I would
I love
not
him.
hate seeing him, and it's obviously it's also different naturally, like having those 6, 7, 8 innings rather than coming in that ninth inning, like might give a different, maybe he'll have something different in those moments than he has in the ninth inning. So I do agree that if he's on the roster, they should throw him, but I hope he's not, so we don't have to see it.
Yeah, they haven't announced it yet. It's tomorrow. They got to
Okay,
announce and figure it out. So,
maybe it was a
yeah.
somebody's guess. Well, I mean, what's interesting is, I don't. Well, I don't know. Like we haven't seen Justin Robleski, even though he's been on the roster, right? We haven't seen him at all.
We haven't
There's a
seen
couple guys that we
Casparius
just
either.
haven't
Yeah.
seen or have barely seen them. Right, Kasparius either. So it's odd to me to add another guy who you're not going to use unless it's one of those guys that you're already not using that's coming off, which would make the most sense, right? That they would pull a Robleski off. But I don't know. I don't know. I just if he's on the roster, Doc's going to throw him.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
makes me nervous.
it's a trust factor and you don't really trust Tanner Scott. How could Dave trust him? But you would you're going to trust him over Robleski. That's just the bottom line. So, I don't I don't care what
I suppose you would. I'm not sure that's the right trust where the
no.
trust is placed in the right spot there. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that to you specifically, Ty. I'm just saying like, can we trust Tanner Scott over Justin Robleski right now? I'm not sure that's actually true.
Yeah, I mean, they're so analytically driven, someone
I
in
don't
the back room will pull up a stat. Oh, someone's 1 for 28 against him and throw him against this guy or whatever.
On
So,
Thursdays at a 4 o'clock start time.
yeah, exactly. So it'll be something. But
You
um
know what I did notice? There's not a lot of crossover in guys that have played for both teams, which is interesting. Teo obviously was a longtime Blue Jay. Max had his cup of coffee with the Dodgers a couple years, Max Scherzer a couple years ago. But and there's a couple lower. I mean, Yimi Garcia pitched for the Jays
Yimmy?
this year. Yeah, missed that guy. Not really, but there's not a lot of. It feels like everybody else. There's some history there, and there's just not a lot between these two teams as far as crossover on players. There's some
If I'm not
history with
mistaken,
George.
wasn't there chatter about potentially Bo Bichette at the deadline for the Dodgers this year?
That was a conversation. I think obviously didn't
That
go anywhere.
obviously
Um,
didn't.
well, and then
not
you also have the narrative of Shohei was on the plane, right, last year. And they
supposedly.
couldn't find the plane, and then all of a sudden he's in LA and he's signing with the Dodgers because the Angels wouldn't match the contract.
Yeah.
Shocking on that one.
Well, and there's the
But who
biggest
was on
factor
the
of
plane?
this. The biggest factor is the Dodgers need to do it for America.
Well, clearly. Maybe that's the bet. Maybe they get to keep their independence if the Blue Jays win and they become the 51st state if the Dodgers.
Maple
I don't know.
syrup.
I don't know. Has
Maple
anybody
syrup for
discussed that? Have
everyone.
we, has
Maple,
that been
everyone gets
proposed?
maple
Maybe we
syrup
should
if the
propose.
Dodgers win. Forget your Jack in the Box tacos. Everyone gets maple syrup.
What's there like
Getting
donuts
Tim
and maple
Hortons in the
syrup?
States?
Yeah, Tim Hortons.
Sweet.
There we go.
Great idea. Who doesn't want fries with gravy?
How many Drake sightings are going to be in Toronto for the Blue Jays?
I heard they're talking to have Kendrick Lamar at Dodger Stadium.
Like Ice Cube last year? That would actually
Yeah.
be pretty
Bring
dope.
back Ice Cube. That was
I know.
so
It worked
fun.
last year. It was perfect.
Yeah, it
And then when
was.
the Yankees tried to do Fat Joe, oh, that was awesome. It was terrible.
He trips. He trips on the mound. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, at least they've got Drake. I don't know. Who knows? You know he's going to be everywhere. Can't that guy's not going to pass up an opportunity to be on camera.
yeah.
All right. So who you guys got for World Series MVP?
I'll go.
Let's go off. Let's go off. Go ahead, Ty.
I was gonna say he's been really quiet. I think it would really change the narrative. So that was the next question I was gonna get to is who legacy would change by this series. You think the most? For me, not the legacy question, but your first question is I think Mookie Betts has an all-timer series. I think he's due. He's been very, very quiet. Yes, he's gotten it done. He made the great play, stuff like that. He's had a couple base hits, but nothing significant. And with the fast track in the Rogers Center, the ball's going to skip and he's going to run.
For
All
days.
right, yes. I got Max. I got
Ooh.
Max. Yeah, yeah. You know, he hit a couple balls real hard in Milwaukee. Obviously the bizarre double play, but also a home run to dead center. We talked about it earlier, but it's all righty starters for the Blue Jays. I've just got, I think Max locks in.
I'm gonna again go off the wall a little bit. I'm gonna say Teo. I think Teo has had a sneaky, really good postseason, and I think he keeps it going in the World Series. I think he has a big series.
Over under two diving catches for Teo in the series.
Hard under.
Hard under,
Okay.
an impossible amount under.
All right. Well, what
Negative
about
dives.
what about legacies? Like whose legacy would this cement in your mind? Let's Dodgers win, right? On the Dodgers rot, like who does it alter?
Let's think about this. If Blake Snell comes out and shoves again in game one, and hopefully that's all it takes, but potentially game five, and wins a World Series with the Dodgers, he's now got two Cy Youngs and was the ace of a World Series winning playoff run, right? I mean, he's been their game one starter and all. Wouldn't that, I mean, I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer at that point, but man, that puts him on a little bit different level than he is today, where it feels like kind of two weird fluke Cy Youngs that he's won. I know they weren't, but it kind of feels that way.
I think that is a great answer, and honestly, I think that's the only answer. I think that it's Blake Snell's legacy series for all the reasons that you just said.
Yeah.
He would be the first guy in 50 or 60 years to win a Cy Young on both leagues and a title. So,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's weird to think about, but man, he really has been one of the better pitchers when he's healthy of the last 7, 8 years. I don't think most of us think of him that way, but I guess the contract kind of proved that out, and the way he's thrown, and the two Cy Youngs, it's tough to argue with. Um, but I mean, it's a big series for a lot of guys. Glass now got the big contract, never really been healthy. Yoshi could win two World Series in his first 2 years of the big leagues as if not the ace, one of their top two. I mean, he was the ace last year. It was basically all we had that anybody had any faith in. I mean, sad to say, but the Dodgers win and Shohei wins two World Series in his first 2 years with the Dodgers really just kind of buries the Angels even further. The fact that they could never even make the playoffs with him on the roster, and he comes to the Dodgers and wins two in 2 years. There's a lot. There's a lot. I don't want to say there's a lot at stake for all these guys, but there's some interesting stories. This would be Mookie's fourth World Series title.
Yeah,
How many did Jeter have? The supposed greatest of all time? Six?
five, I thought.
Was it five?
But this would be
90
the first team to go back to back, which matters, I think,
since
in
then. Yeah. Yeah.
context, right? I
But you
mean,
look at, I mean, yeah, but if you look at Mookie with four World Series, I mean, not a lot of guys in Major League Baseball history have four World Series titles. That would be pretty awesome. Well, outside of those Yankees runs, but
yeah, I mean, for Yamamoto and Shohei, I mean, 2 years, two titles. I mean,
yeah.
what more could you ask for?
And it's just a little more dirt on Manny Machado's grave.
Feels good.
Were you guys at the game that he yelled at you guys, at whoever it was?
Not
Uh,
me talking about a contract that game or which
No,
game are you
no,
talking?
talking about he told it was maybe it was Dub, whoever it was that
I
was
was at the
there.
game before it,
Okay.
and then the next
Somebody
game
yelled
he
at
did
him
that.
about Dubs
Yeah,
winning a World Series, and he said he swore the Padres would win a World Series before the Dodgers did.
he said he would bet his contract on it.
That's what it was. Yeah, yeah. Idiot.
What a yeah, fuck that guy.
It's not even worth talking about.
No, he's not.
Um, the big elephant in the room obviously doesn't change much of his legacy, but sure would be nice to send Kershaw off on a high note. I hope we get to see him as stressful as it would be. I hope we get to see him one more time pitching at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, it would be pretty awesome. It's going to have to be a pretty specific situation, I think, one way or the other. But I'd love to see him out there one more time.
Well, that brings me, so bringing Kershaw up, he pitched. So Dodgers played Toronto in August. 3 game set. Dodgers won two. Toronto won one. They won the last game of the series, a Sunday afternoon game. But Kershaw, it was the famous Kershaw, well, one of the more famous games of the season. It was Kershaw versus Scherzer, you know, third oldest pitchers in like Major League Baseball history to pitch against each other.
Yeah.
Um, and he he gave up 1 run in like 6 innings against a lot of the same player, the same lineup pretty much, other
Pretty
than
sure
Bo
that
Bichette.
was
So
during the stretch of Dodger baseball where the Dodgers were winning every fifth day, and it was when Kershaw was on the mound,
Yeah.
and he was practically the best pitcher in baseball. We need a little bit of that.
so that was the
Is
first game
Ty,
of
are
the
you
set.
suggesting that Kersh should start game one? That's what I'm hearing.
I love that.
As an opener, do it, dude.
I'd like to change my vote for World Series MVP to Clayton Kershaw.
Kersh.
I,
It's funny. I mean, he won't. We're going through this, and again, we don't know whether they're going to win or not. But if they do, he will not have hardly contributed in the playoffs at all, which is a bummer. But you look back at the season he had, like he was there to show up and throw when very few guys were available. I mean, it made a huge difference in lengthening the season. So you may not get the credit for whatever happens in the playoffs, but he saved that pitching staff there for a few months.
I'm not kidding. I'm
Was
pretty sure there was a
massive.
3 week period where he was the
Yeah,
only starter that got wins.
he was
yeah.
the stopper for a month. Yeah.
I mean, just a massive contribution this year. And again, it's not the playoff run we would have all loved to have seen from him, but
No, but if in a perfect world, game four, maybe sweep, maybe game five. Hey, who knows? But Dodgers up 8-1. Hey man, go put on your spikes. Get out there.
yeah,
Wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't either. That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Put him in an 8-1 game, let him pitch himself into a save opportunity or what?
Now put in trying to pitch Kersh to a save opportunity, and
There
then
you go.
Kersh can come out.
So
Yeah, yeah.
he pitched the first game of that series, and it was like 5-1, I believe, and pitched really well. Blake Snell pitched the second game. He gave up 1 run in like 7 innings. Um, Third game of the series, Glasnow pitched 5 2/3, got in a little bit of trouble, only gave up 2 runs. Dave pulled him early. It goes to the bottom of the ninth. It's tied, or they're down 1 run. Dodgers have bases loaded, with 1 out, can't score. They lose
Hmm.
5-4. But in the eighth inning, um, Dodgers bring in Trinan, and he faces Vladdy, and Berger gives up back-to-back jacks. And let me tell you, I watched the highlights earlier today, and let me tell you, he had Vladdy 0-2, and he throws a slider, and it's middle at 85 miles per hour, and he puts it 435 feet in the bleachers. And then next one pitch, 2 pitches later, same thing.
Mhm.
It's hanging sliders, batting practice balls,
The
85.
the Trinan effect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm
Yeah.
real not looking forward to that matchup if it comes across.
That sweeper was looking a lot sweepery the last couple games. So let's hope that it's not he's not leaving not starting it out of somebody's hip and leaving it middle.
Sweeper, more sweepy.
Sweepy.
Or just make him swing at high strikes around the eyes.
Uh,
Close out games.
Listen, we had a Little League playoff game tonight, two of them, and they didn't. Neither one of them went very well. But the umpire called a pitch about there, and I thought, man, all right, maybe Bryce Terang had this umpire the last game he played, and that's why he was thinking he was swinging up there. I don't know. He was terrible, my umpire.
So we have our MVPs.
All right. Well, what about predictions? What's the prediction?
Does it
Dodgers,
feel like they're just on one of those runs where they're not going to lose again? I mean, they've
Dodgers
lost
in
one game
five.
in the playoffs. Five? All right. I'll say 5-2. That seems reasonable.
You talked me into it earlier about the Blake Snell conversation because originally I was going to say Dodgers in four. We want some more, but Blake Snell
You want
getting the
Snell to get
opportunity to
to?
go
Yeah.
game one, game five, close that shit out. Probably Blake Snell win World Series MVP. Um, has a nice ring to it.
It doesn't matter if it's Blue Jays, Red Jays, Gray Jays. Dodgers in 5.
Nailed it.
All right.
Yeah. We circle back after game two.
Can't wait.
We'll
See
be
where we're at.
back.
Hey, pray for me. I've got a Halloween party that I just was told yesterday that I'm going to on Saturday night. That
What,
starts at 7:30
what
my
couple's
time, which is
costume are you
5:30 yours.
guys conveniently going in?
Um, I'm gonna be the big bad wolf because then I get to wear a nightgown and a mask.
Oh,
Jane Rose is Little Red Riding Hood.
So two of us might be together for that podcast for post game two.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
sitting in a sports book or a hotel room in Las Vegas.
God, yeah.
One,
I'm gonna be
one
really
shared
jealous.
screen.
Be real jealous if that's what's happening.
Planet Hollywood might sponsor it, dude. Who knows?
Might win enough with the first two games, pay for the whole damn thing, dude.
We'll be next to the pleasure pit doing a podcast.
All right, boys.
All right. Hey, this
Well,
was fun.
we'll be back. Yeah, let's come back. What is it? Probably Tuesday night. We'll be back in town. Get ready. We'll be able to see some few games, see the action, know what's going on. Pick your guys' brains about how it's going, where the Dodgers are going from there.
We're definitely gonna need to do it before Tuesday because that'd be game four, and that'd be when the Dodgers are winning,
Yeah.
sweeping.
It's gonna be Sunday.
It's got
I
to be
mean,
Sunday,
we
maybe
could
Sunday
be
morning.
we could be doing champagne showers.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
Who
tempt me with
knows?
a good time.
I might have to stay in Vegas an extra night if that's the case.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Hey,
Until
Fuck
next
George
time.
Springer.
See you guys on
Fuck
the text
George
thread Friday
Springer.
night. Okay, that too.
Go Dodgers.
Go
Dodger Blue
Dodgers.
Balls, episode 4, and we're out.
Later.